We are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at Hendricks Isle doing a seawall inspection of a property. The area is about 200 linear foot in length. Structure has a bottom footer with a sheet pile and a cap of concrete, and then a coral rock structure with mortar concrete and a cap on top of it. We're going to start the inspection from the south side, heading in a northerly direction. This survey is conducted by CB Dive for Seawall and Dock Inspection Company. Alright, beginning. We're going to check the bottom areas to see of any mechanical problems, any erosion, any sediment issues, or any structural breaks in the actual wall. Sheet pile appears to be aluminum. Sheet pile is about an average of 4.5 foot in depth. You can see slight erosion. You can see the white gravel coming out. It's very small. Topside cap shows a large crack and separation on the cap area, and there's also a broken area over there that shows stress fracturing in the cap. So the finger dock, all the wooden pilings are cased, either covered with PVC sheeting or have a concrete cap around them. Lumber appears to be in okay condition. Continuing. Here again, this area you can see white gravel, a little bit of sediment seepage from underneath the sheet piling. General condition of the sheet pile is good. I don't see any heavy erosion. Right here you could see there's a longitudinal crack in the mortar between the point where the cap and the mortar meets. That's very common, this kind of seawall. The condition of the mortar is pretty good. It's still adhering pretty well to the coral rock and does not show any cracking, except on the seam area where the cap is meeting it. Here already there's a 2-layer sheet piling steps. One is about 2 feet, and then this one, which is at about 4 feet. So another finger dock, also similar condition of lumber. fair condition. As well as some hairline cracks on the underneath the cap area in the mortar right here. About an 8 to 10 foot section, even longer, a little back. Right underneath here, bringing dock, similar condition. Looks like the lumber is all done at the same time. Everything appears to be secured well. Mortar in this area appears to be in good condition. Cap has some damage on the top corner there. Looking at the sheet pile, we cleaned a little bit to see condition. The sheet pile looks to be in good condition. There's not a heavy electrolysis on this area. Right here, the seawall, the ground's coming up, and the area of the sheet pile here is much smaller. It's about 2 feet to the step, and this is the 4th finger dock, I believe, and it's again, lumber is in good condition. Pilings are wrapped. Everything seems to be in fair condition. Here the wall deepens again. Sheet piles are deeper. This area becomes shallower with 2 feet and smaller, getting smaller when we are approaching the north property line. And right here you can also already see that some of this was broken to show the weakness of the mortar and the fact that there is no weeping holes. I'm going to walk right now on the top level of the seawall because of the low tide. It's dry right now, and this is the mortar area, and I'm going to inspect for hollow area, like right here. You can hear that's hollow. That's good. little hollow over here. Right here. You can hear it's hollow. So this mortar appears to be good at 70%. There are areas that you can hear hollowness behind. Let's see what there is done to the cap here. Some cracks, areas there. Not really, nobody really penetrated and deepened it in order to seal it. They just got a smudged concrete on it. Not the way to do it. Right here, hollow area. Alright. Open that. Good. Right here, you can hear some hollow areas. Yeah, that's, I'd say about 30% of hollow areas in the mortar. But general condition is fair. Right here. You can see wherever you see these little hairline cracks usually would be a hollow area. That's an indication. Right here, this is an area where it might have been caused by this cleat over here that was installed. You can see there's a long crack that completely separated this part of the seawall because the cleat was installed too close to the edge. Very simple. Put it a little deeper and it won't happen. Right there, hollow area. Right here there's like an inset. I don't know why, but I guess that's the way they laid their coral rock. Right here, some soft spots. There's that long longitudinal crack right here, and all the way to here. That's about 8 feet, 8 to 10 feet. Booch. Right here you can see it's very brittle. Again, some cap damage right here. I'm not going to tap on it too much because it is going to break. A little bit of cracking underneath it too. You can see the mortar is just coming off. This is what happened here is somebody did a second application of mortar and it just didn't adhere well. They might have not applied the bonding material. A lot of people just apply the next layer of hydraulic concrete without putting any bonding agent on it, and that's what happens. and there's an actual crack underneath it. And that's the separation point between the coral rock and the cap that was poured. And you can see that crack is kind of long. A soft spot. Right around here, around the crack, there's a lot of hollow areas that would indicate why there's a longitudinal cracking. Again, the same crack continues. Big soft spot over here. Right here again, a crack, hairline crack separation. Again, some damage on the cap. Right here. Oh, and you can see this long crack. Runs all the way out there. And this cap needs some good attention to it. Also need to add another layer and rebar it and get it to be more structurally sound on the top. Here, again, this entire area completely broken in the cap, needs to be redone. Very visible separation. You can see the rebar here completely corroded away. That's one of the frame rebars. There's some soft spots. Many different areas that has hollow and soft spots in them. Right here you can hear this is so big. This whole thing is about to break right here. Alright, and that is the border, the south border again of the property. The bottom section of the seawall with the footer meeting the sediment. There are a few areas that show minor leaks, but there's no structural indication of any structural overloads on the wall, and the wall appears to be containing sediment from the top. However, the fact that the seawall has no weeping holes to discharge water, hydraulic pressure behind the wall would explain why there's so many soft spots in areas that in the top section of the seawall that would need to be readdressed and mortared and fixed. And the cap condition is fair to poor. It say 30% of the cap needs to be seriously worked on, and most probably it would be a good idea to heighten the cap and beef it up a little bit, give the seawall some more high tide resistance to flooding. The This completes our survey. This survey was conducted by CV Dive for Seawall and Doctrines Fiction Company on April 11th, 2014 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in Las Olas. Thank you.